Hey guys, Mika here, and man, I got a beautiful Cornerstone tenor custom ukulele to share with you folks from Master Luthier Peter Moreros. And man, his stuff is just so beautiful in terms of looks, the buildmanship, the quality. When I look inside the instrument and just look like all the little details of how everything is constructed, such a big fan of just how perfect his instruments are. The looks are beautiful, the aesthetics are beautiful. I love playing his instruments. It feels really good, nice warm kind of tone to it. And this one, I love the green on it. So let me go ahead and jump into this. So again, this is a tenor custom Cornerstone ukulele. So excited to be sharing one because it's felt like it's been quite a while since I've been able to play one of Peter's works. So it's really nice to be able to hold one and play one again. So this is nice, beautiful Carpathian spruce here on the top. And then we have beautiful stained to a slight darker color. Beautiful. Look at those big fat grain lines. Beautiful Hawaiian curly coal. Look at that. Really beautiful. Look at that big old grain patterns. Really awesome. And then even here on the sides, look at that. Just huge grain patterns. I love it. So dark and rich. And then Peter's famous 3-leaf side sound port right here. And then we have the black ebony binding here on the top. And then even here on the back to match more of that darker coal aesthetic. And you can even see that kind of darker aesthetic with the mahogany neck gloss finish. But as you can see, it's stained like a sunburst kind of finish where you have the darker side of the sunburst here on the heel of the instrument, as well as this upper part of the neck where it connects to the headstock. And then you can see that it's lighter. So it gets darker and it gets lighter and then it gets darker right here along that, the neck of the instrument. And it's done in this manner to give it overall that more darker aesthetic and like what he was trying to aim for with the koa on the back. And then just the overall more darker look on the back and sides of the instrument. Even that headstock too, really, or the back side of the headstock. So excellent work. And another really cool about Peter's work and his instruments is that he's the only luthier that I'm aware of that does this arm bevel in his own unique manner. So usually arm bevels on here or on most instruments are only kind of come down to about halfway to where Peter does it. And so essentially, because it's done this way, and again, it's just my opinion, like it's really cool that he accounts for all of this, because if the arm bevel stays over here, you're kind of forced to hold the instrument in a certain manner because that's where the arm bevel is. So say for me, it would work out if it's in that usual common location, because I'm a classical player. I like to hold my instrument at this like 45-degree angle, so it works. But there's a lot of ukulele players who like to hold their instrument more like this. So the beautiful thing about this arm bevel is that even if you hold it more like horizontal like this, oh, look at that. It still fits in my hand and I still get to take full advantage of this arm bevel right here. So whether you're standing up, you're wearing a strap and you're strumming, or you're playing like this, or you're more classical, say like me, and you hold your instrument like this, well, it accommodates all kinds of different players and how they like to hold their instrument. So a nice little unique touch from Cornerstone Ukulele right here. I like the little sideways oval sound hole. That's one of the unique features of Cornerstone that I can tell right away. That's the Cornerstone, as well as the headstock and his logo here, the Cornerstone logo here on the top. But here around the rosette, you got the black ebony binding, or sorry, black ebony wood around the rosette, and then it's decorated with a beautiful green recon stone mailele, which is like a celebratory lei that we have here in Hawaii. So really nice green. Green's my favorite color. And then we have nice paua abalone shell around the entire body, even around the arm bevel right here. So around the whole body, and then even running alongside the outer perimeter of the fretboard here, and even around the headstock. And then we have that same recon stone, that kind of green lei kind of color right here. And we also have it in this, again, custom more cornerstone kind of thing where you have a sail, half sail with the green recon stone with all of the designs. And then just a plain black piece of ebony here on the side, again, with the Cornerstone label here and the paua abalone shell. And then on the back, we have your goto tuners and the silver and black buttons. So beautiful, aesthetically pleasing looking instrument. Again, masterful work on the build quality. I mean, there's like nothing. It's so pristine. It's beautiful, wonderful. So getting into the sound, or let's get into the playability. When I look at the neck of Peter's instruments, it feels pretty standard to what I'm used to playing. Like, it's right in the middle of the row. It's not too thick, it's not too thin. It's nice and rounded. So it feels really good for me. And then he does have a radius fretboard. So for me, I'm a big fan of radius fretboard because it does help a little bit with making your bar chords or just holding trickier chords in general. the action itself is pretty low. I like it. I would say it's kind of like almost in the middle, maybe a little on the lower end. So for me, I like lower setups because I make the same joke all the time that I have girl hands and like my hands get sore really easily if the action is too high. So for me, when I'm playing around with this instrument, I don't have to press that hard. And it's, again, it really helps with the radius fretboard, no matter what I want to do on this instrument. It sounds really good and it feels really good too. So yeah, playability is awesome. It's set up and it's ready to go for pretty much any type of player, whether you're a strummer, you're a fingerstyle player, or whatever you want to do on this instrument. It can pretty much do it all. Now, going into the sound of this instrument, it has more of the warmer kind of sound. So it's a very rounded, warm sound. So like when I hit the A string, it's not punchy like other ukes where it like really slices through. But because I have nails, I can go ahead and dig into it and attack it a little harder so I can get a little more punch to where it does still sound bright. But if I use my flesh, well, I guess it's kind of impossible because I have long nails, but if I don't attack the string too hard, then it has a nice, really rounded, warm tone to it. But you can just hear how it sounds so nice and everything sits so well. In the middle of the fretboard, on the lower end, and the higher parts. Listen how clean the note separation is. It's so clean. But again, it still has a nice rounded sound. So if I want to get a little more punch out of it, I can still use my nail to dig in a little more. But man, the sound in my ears, it's just so pleasant. All of the notes really mesh really well together. Yeah, nice. Music to my ears. If I'm doing more jazz comping strum, really clean. Wonderful. If I do some strumming, maybe if I do some chucking, super clean. And again, so clean on the upper frets, the note separation. Nice sustain. Beautiful. All the way down the fretboard. Love it, Peter. So here we go. fun to play some Hawaiian music on this, man. Sounds wonderful. So here's some show me.